On the field, Yankees and White Sox from Chicago. A-Rod and company have won 4 of their last 6. He's got ducks on the pond in the 3rd, and that'll work. Johnny Damon, Derek Jeter score, but A-Rod looking for a double, gets called out, and he's not happy about it. Probably not happy with himself, because if you take a look at it, look at him get out of the box. Aw, Jiminy Criminy, A-Rod, you're better than that. Probably made it closer than it should have been. 3-0 Yankees. Rob Makoviak facing Chin-Ming Wong. If he's Wong, I don't want to be right. 4-6-3 double play. Wong has induced a double play in every outing this year, and he gave the Yankees just what they needed. A complete game. First complete game win since July of last year. That one also thrown by Wong, 5-1 Yankees. Dodgers began the night a half game back of the D-backs and the Padres in the West. Randy Wolf, the Wolfpack, has won 4 straight decisions, but in the 3rd, it's 3-0 Padres. Make it 5-0. Jeff Blum brings home 2 with that base knocked to center. Blum, big night for him. Drove in 4 of the Padres' 5 runs. Go to the 9th inning. 5-2 Padres. Hell's bells. Here's Trevor Hoffman, sitting on 499 career saves, facing Russell Martin with 2 out. Take a picture. It'll last longer. And Hoffman, who set the all-time save record last September, the first player in history to reach 500 saves. He saved it for Greg Maddux. He was part of a 1993 deal that sent Gary Sheffield to the Marlins. As for Hoffman, the 39-year-old, first ever to 500 saves, set the career mark last September, as I mentioned. Lee Smith in 2nd place. Now the next active player on this list, the Yankees' Mariano Rivera. Mo has 419.
Barry Bonds' shins were so swollen in recent days, he says his socks left a thick imprint in his legs. Ugh. To the game. Bonds not starting. Top of 6. Look at Eric Burns throwing Andy Van Slyke style somersault and a strike to nail Ray Durham. Brendan Webb was excellent. 7 innings, no earned runs. He needs some offensive help. He gets it from Chris Young. Homers off Matt Morris, who pitched very well. D-backs up 1-0. Top of time. Top of the 9th now. Jose Valverde trying to save it for Brendan Webb. There's Bonds, pinch hitting. Shin splints and all. He walks, of course. Later in the inning, Randy Wynn. He's the go-ahead run, but Valverde gets Wynn, and the D-backs go on to win 1-0. San Diego, Arizona tied for 1st.
Trying to snap their longest losing streak of the season against the A's. Wakefield had a season-high 8 strikeouts Wednesday, but here Bobby Crosby touches him up for a liner. Shannon Stewart, Jack Cuss score. The A's take a 3-0 lead. To the 6th, David Ortiz, full count, facing Joe Kennedy, rung up by Dan Iasanya, and Big Papi doesn't like it. Ooh, he really doesn't like it.
Didn't get run, though.
No. Terry Francona comes out to break it up, protecting his players. In the 8th, Dustin Pedroia, high strike on him, and that really sets Tito off. You know what? And the ump says, I'm not 100% in love with your tone right now. Francona, now watch him, so incensed. There goes the gum. Yeah. Now he's giving up 2 this season, which is commendable.
Focus.
Red Sox play, not commendable. A's go for a 4-game sweep on Thursday.
All right, the Angels have more wins than the Red Sox here. They got 38. John Lackey trying to become first 10-game winner in baseball. Might be the most underrated starter in baseball. He's made at least 32 starts 4 years in a row. This guy's become a horse. Gets Torrey Hunter there. Bottom 3, Angels have Lackey, a 2-0 lead. Then Casey Kochman doubles. Orlando Cabrera scores. Things look good for Lackey and the Angels. Top of 5, still up 4-2. 1 on Jason Kubel. Up the middle. Could be a double play. No. Tough bounce on Orlando Cabrera. Oof. Angels don't even get the 1 out. Next batter, Nick Punto. And by now we can officially say, John Lackey, bombily good. Not here. He's no longer underrated. He's back to being adequately rated as Minnesota takes a 5-4 lead. They go on to win. Lackey gives up 5 earned in 7, falls to 9-4. 3.5 game lead, the NL East, 7 games ahead of the Phillies. How about the Mets outfield? They entered with no homers and 178 at-bats. By the time Carlos Beltran came up in the 4th, it was 182. But the end of that streak. Give me an apple. 1-0 Mets. Later, 1 out, runners on 2nd and 3rd. Shane Victorino. Look at this hose. Ruben Gotay to right, and Carlos Delgado is out. Victorino, great arm for the Phillies. Top of 7, Jimmy Rollins' first home run in 37 games, and the Phillies beat the Mets 4-2. They've won 4 of 5.
10 plays.
Pressure's on.
At number 10, Couple of guys using their big boy swings. Prince Fielder, 2-run homer to center, his 21st. That's tied for the Major League lead. And then Reds Cardinals, Albert Pujols, homer to left. His Wikipedia page, that's his 12th of the year. He got a defensive play from this game, still ahead.
Number 9, Shannon Stewart. Off Hideki Okajima to center, Coco Crisp. Oh, that's a beautiful over-the-shoulder catch into the wall. Red Sox lose, though, 3-2 to the A's. Yankees, by the way, 10.5 back of Boston.
Estonia in England, David Beckham. He's a giver. Finds Peter Crouch, who finishes with a header. Then, creatively, passionately, Beckham to Michael Owen. England wins 3-0.
Number 7, Howie Kendrick homered and did this.
Kendrick, look at this play. Boy, the Angels defending so well on this homestand.
Twins beat the Angels 8-5, though.
At number 6, Gerald Laird, pop up in foul ground. Sean Casey, 0 for 5 at the plate. But a sparkling play in the field, going in the stands to make the catch. Tigers win big, 10-0.
When Shane Victorino was growing up in Maui, he would take the conch shells and he would just throw them all the way to the big island. That's how he got the strong arm.
I think you're making that up.
I swear to God. Look at David Newham with a great catch on Victorino, who would later throw out a runner at home plate. Hence the conch shell reference.
At number 4, Brandon Phillips, getting the uni dirty. Throws out Jim Edmonds. Reds lose, however, 6-4.
Jack Johnson, another guy who hangs out in Maui, he calls people animals with fancy shoes. You like the Jack Johnson? The guy sing?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, go Google that, Sparky. Spain's David Villa with a sick bicycle kick with his fancy shoes, and Spain wins 2-0.
At number 2, Hell's Bells, Trevor Hoffman gets Russell Martin to become the first major leaguer to get 500 saves in a career. Padres win 5-2.
His catcher had a hockey-type goalie mask, and that's a perfect segue to number 1. The Anaheim Ducks, they take the mighty out of their name, and what do? They go on to win the Stanley Cup. J.S. Shiger, there's Scott Niedermayer, there's Teemu Selanne, who is hinting towards retirement.
The Red Sox haven't won a game since A-Rod's homer beat him in the 9th on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Looking to end a 4-game skid in their final game at Oakland. Top 1. Blow it out! Big game. David Ortiz off Joe Blanton solo. His 11th. It's 1-0. Kurt Schilling, the Red Sox need a win. You give the ball to him. Jack Cust in the bottom of the 2nd, swinging. Dan Johnson, bottom of the 2nd, looking. Mark Ellis, bottom of the 4th, looking. Schilling, looking good. Bottom 5, it's Johnson again. Makes contact. Julio Lugo. Fumble! Error charge to Lugo. That's the first base runner today for the Athletics. Bottom 6, still 1-0 on Poppy's home run. Mark Kotze, more at-bats than anyone in the A's lineup against Schilling in his career, and Kotze goes deep. Coco Chris says, not deep enough. Warning track. Schilling's got a no-hitter through 6. We go to the 8th inning. Schilling, 3rd time in his career he's taken a no-hitter into the 8th. He's never recorded one on his resume. 2 outs in the bottom half. Marco Scutaro. Contact, fly out. Schilling, a no-hitter through 8. At 40 years old, will he be the 3rd oldest to pitch a no-no? Nolan Ryan and Cy Young older. Bottom 9, Mark Kotze. A lot of Red Sox fans in Oakland to watch this one. Lugo makes the play, and we've got 1 out. Next batter. It's going to be Jason Kendall. And check out Schilling, because he shakes off Jason Varitek. And then goes fastball and gets Kendall to ground out. And we're 1 out away from a no-hitter for Kurt Schilling. The next batter, Shannon Stewart. Kurt Schilling needs 1 pitch. And he shakes off Varitek again, goes fastball again, but doesn't get the results he hoped for again. Stewart single, Schilling 8 2/3, no-hitter over. He settles for his 3rd career 1-hitter and some 20/20 hindsight.
I stayed focused, and he came up with 2 outs, and I had a plan for him, and I was thinking, and Ted called slider. I shook him off and threw a fastball away, and now, I got to go what if.
Varitek said Schilling's pitch to Stewart was a quality pitch, and he has a quality outing gets Mark Ellis for the game's final out. A much-needed win for the Red Sox. They end that losing streak, and they take it on Poppy's homer 1-0.
Yanks both facing substantial pre-All-Star deficits. Joe Torre trying to become the 10th skipper in Major League history to win 2,000 games. Top 8, great game, 1-1. Bobby Abreu busted open. He's 12 for 25 this month. Yankees take a 3-1 lead. Bottom 8. A.J. Pierzynski represents the go-ahead run. He swings at a eye-high fastball, slams his bat, says something to Bob Davidson, and gets run. Pierzynski said, "I just lost my cool." Speaking of blowing it out, the Yankees just busted wide open in the top of the ninth. Alex Rodriguez, you see his numbers in the ninth inning. He's just out of his mind, and the bases are loaded, and good night. Thorough in the burrow, because that's a must. His 22nd home run of the season. That leads the Bigs. After the game, the ball given to Joe Torre. Big hug there from Jeter, who called him the best. Said Joe Torre, "It's been a great ride." Of the ninth, Jonathan Broxton trying to get the last 3 outs. Got a 4-run lead. Here we've got a chopper to Jeff Kent. And the throw is high. Jeff Blum is safe. Next batter is Termel Sledge. And it's a ground ball to Nomar. Whoa, boy. Errors, 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 and they would come back to haunt the boys from SoCal. Paul McNulty, again, a chopper to Garcia Parra, and he cannot beat McNulty to first. Run scores on the play. It's 5-2. Now Adrian Gonzalez, bases loaded. Our producer called for a game-winning grand slam. He was close. It's a ground rule double. Couple of runs score, and now the Pods are really in business. Mike Cameron coming up. Base hit's going to win the game. Or is it? It's hit too hard. Ties the game at 5. Pods looking to become the 8th team this season, or at least the 8th time this season, that 5 or more runs had been scored in the bottom of the ninth for a comeback win. Takashi Saito looking on helplessly, and that is a walk-off walk to Russell Branyan. That's it, and that's all. 5 in the bottom of the ninth, and San Diego knocks off Los Angeles.
Barry Bonds' run at history is in Arizona. Giants and Diamondbacks played to a 1-0 Arizona win Wednesday. Bonds walked in a pinch-hitting duty. 3 home runs and 4 hits against Livan Hernandez, but he looks at a low breaking ball there. And then top 8, Tony Pena, 101-mile-an-hour fastball by Bonds. Do you know who I am? 2 pitches later, Bonds takes strike 3, and that's 2 strikeouts for Barry Bonds, who beat out an infield single in the 6th. Top 9 still 4-3. Jose Valverde can tie Francisco Cordero for the Major League save lead, or he can give up the game-tying home run to Pedro Feliz.
You're not the regular pool boy.
We go to extra innings. Top 10, Doug Slayton. Bonds, 1 on, 1 out. Bonds to Tony Clark. That's a 3-5-3 double play. The Diamondbacks get out of the inning. 11th inning. Omar Vizquel with a runner on 3rd. Base hit to left. Ray Durham scores. Giants win 5-4. All 6 games this season between these 2 in Phoenix. Philadelphia bringing the brooms to Shea would certainly get the Mets and the rest of the NL East's attention. They got Cole Hamels on the hill. He's coming off the complete game win against the Giants, and he's shutting out the Mets through 5 2/3 until Carlos Delgado goes solo on him there. 2-1 game now. Delgado's 9th. Your next batter is David Wright. He's 0 for 8 career against Hamels with 3 whiffs. Take a whiff of that. Smells like a triple right off the start. That's where Wright will end up on 3rd base.
That's a weird wall setup they have at Shea.
Then they're going to show, look at Wright saying, I think that might have gone yard. And Paul Loduca is up next, says, I think it went yard. And take another look at it. And guess what? It went yard.
Why do you have a fence, though, that's right next to the fence if it's a home run?
We've got to call into Shea on that.
Doesn't make any sense.
This game is tied at 2. Wright's 9th of the year. It was accurately called, but Charlie Manuel thinks, hey, you used the screen, and you can't do that. Jerry Lane ran him. Check your Umpire Fantasy League roster for that. And then this hadn't happened since 1989. Strawberry, McReynolds, and Hernandez have done. Carmen, Loduca, it's back-to-back jacks. His 3rd, and all of a sudden the Mets are up 3-2. Billy Wagner, 31 consecutive successful save opportunities. Pat Burrell dropped to 6th in the batting order. Former teammate, 17th home run at Shea. You know, only Bonds and Chipper have more among actives. This game is tied. Wagner not caffeinated. Scott Schoenweiss in the 10th. Runner on second. Chase Utley, the hero in the series opener and extras. He doubles. Jimmy Rollins scores. 6-3 your final. The Phillies 5 games back of first in the NL East.
Braves slumping a bit. They've dropped 4 of 5. Lou Piniella said nice to be back on the field. The Cubs went 3-1 under Alan Trammell in his absence. Rich Hill had an unbelievable breaking ball going. Andrew Jones said you have to be patient or lucky against him. I got lucky. Solo home run. Jones 10th. Atlanta's luck ran out from there because Hill had Uncle Charlie just in... Well, it's as good as it gets. Renteria strikes out a couple times. Andrew Jones goes down swinging. He matched a career high with 11 strikeouts to Hill. Dempster gets a 1-2-3 night. Cubbies have won 4 of 5.
With the first pick in the Major League Baseball draft, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays select David Price, Vanderbilt University. Price becomes just the second college left-hander to be selected #1 overall. Floyd Bannister, the other, back in '76. Lefties were the rage. Price, one of 7 southpaws taken in the first round. That tied a draft record. I hope so.
I will begin with number 10 with the sweetest swing still. Kenneth Griffey Jr. 576 in his career, 13th of the season. The Reds win by a score of 5-1. Kyle Loesch pitched well.
Number 9. I don't get to do a lot of golf. PGA Stanford, St. Jude, round 1. Duffy Waldorf on 9, third shot on the par 4. That's good. Duffy, who went to UCLA, by the way.
And you should love him because he wears Hawaiian shirts all the time.
The dude knows how to dress. He's at 1 under.
Who got the vibe? It's the Tribe, y'all. The Cleveland Indians continue to do their thing. Josh Barfield, you've seen it once, you'll see it again. That's in traffic. The Indians went 8-3.
At 7, it was the Rapids and Dynamo right away. I'm going, hey, that's a rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals. Stuart Holden, the 25-yard rocket, the substitute, came in a minute earlier. Houston wins 2-1.
Red Sox ace Mark Kotsay, deep to center. Coco Crisp, this guy seems to make at least a play a week. You say, wow, that's a heck of a play. And this kept a no-no alive. Red Sox win 1-0.
Giants and Diamondbacks at number 5. Scott Hairston, the deep left center. Fred Lewis, not to be confused with the Honolulu Advertisers' Ferd Lewis, makes the diving catch. The Giants won 5-4-11.
Tony Parker is the man that makes the Spurs bus go. Here, what a pass to Francisco Elson. Through traffic, several looks. Elson goes up high. Spurs win.
Number 3, Yankees, White Sox, top 9, bases loaded. Bartender! Jack. Alex Rodriguez grand slam off Ryan Bucknich. His 22nd. The Yankees win at 10-3.
Phillies Metropolitans. Aaron Rowan to David Wright, who makes the bare hand snag right there. The great throw, and then one more time, he goes Brooks Robinson.
Hit a homer, too.
Yeah, he did also homer.
At number 1, this is a play from Mexico City Red Devils, Eduardo Arredondo.
Why doesn't he have his glove?
He left his glove on the ground. He is not with his glove, that's for sure, and able to make the barehanded catch with 2 hands. That is numero 1.